What's up, guys? This is Clashing with Sir William for another war recap. So this is going to be War 16 right here. Yet again, I am a few wars behind. So I'm first going to show the furthest away war from today's date, and that is going to be war number 16. So as you can see right here, this was a decently close clan war. As you can see, they still had 7 attacks left, which, especially for a 10v10, is not a very strong showing at all, especially since this wasn't our best clan war. Um, their one didn't show up, and I don't understand why in the world he's still in the clan. They didn't. Their two didn't have an attack. Pretty much a lot of their Town Hall 7s didn't attack. Now, don't get me wrong, they weren't 3-starring any of our bases, so odds are the score would have not been that much different, but it would have been a lot closer, and it would have made it a lot more challenging clan war for us. But for some reason they didn't. I'm not going to complain either way. A win is a win. We would have beat them either way. As you can see, Prime, they could have just gotten a 2-star off of him, and then we had 3 bases left over. So on this war, I'm going to show my attack on their top base. And for anyone that is familiar with this at all, this is called, I believe it's Bullseye. I do not know who the creator is, but I know this is a very popular internet base. So as you can see, it's just a ring style layout. And for me personally, I don't think these base styles are very strong. And the reason why is because ultimately all of your point defenses are exposed. Just with 3 loons right there, I was able to completely take out 1 point defense and almost take out the second cannon. So I'll draw the CC with some loons, and then I just draw the CC up to the north. So I'm just going to draw them up. And the one thing I did not consider when I was doing a loon draw is the fact that it's not going to actually pull out a CC loon also. So that is going to cause me a few problems in the attack in a little bit. So I'm going to drop my Golem where it draws fire from all 3 point defenses in the northwest region. That's going to make it super easy for me to create a nice funnel. So I'm going to drop a few wizards. They're going to take out that arch tower right away. And then I drop a bunch of wizards on the north side. So that's going to create a gigantic funnel for me to take out. As you can see, I left a few buildings open just so my kill squad can move directly into the base. Helps them all, just not to perimeter. So I'm going to also drop my jump spell right in the core. So right here is fixing to be where I get in trouble. As you can see, I leave a few Valk over here also just to take out the perimeter point defenses. So that one loon is still alive. And as you can see, I have my Archer Queen over here and a few wizards. There is nothing in the core that can take out a loon. That's going to cause me a little bit of a problem. So as you can see, still nothing's focused on that loon, so I'm making sure that my Valk are healed. As you can see, they're pretty low on health, so I have to use my second heal spell right there. That's not ideal. Alright, I use a loon at the northeast cannon just to take it out. Alright, my Valk are getting shredded over here in the southwest, but it'll be okay. I drop a heal spell. Probably not the best use of a heal spell, but I got the 3-star anyways. Because all I did was heal up 3 Valk, and then actually though I was able to get a little bit of a quick heal on a few more. So I still have both my heroes' abilities, and there's only 80% of the base left, and there's only 3 point defenses. So it's looking pretty good for me right now. That Golem, he's still alive. He's not really doing much. He's just banging on a wall while my Arch Tower attacks a Valk, which is not exactly what I'd call ideal, but I mean, can't be perfect. So I use my abilities, and I mean, I pretty much, it's just slaughter at this point. That poor Tesla was just being attacked by everything. And it was a solid 3-star on their top base. So the next attack that I'm going to cover is going to be one that Prime did on their number 4. So on this attack right here, Prime is going to do one thing that breaks the cardinal rule in my world. And now that does not mean that is something you can't do. He pulls it off extremely well. And that is he separates his queen and his kill squad in his deployment. So he's just going to start off with a standard queen walk right over here from the northwest side of the base. Alright, just 2 point defenses on his queen right now. That level 25 queen, she's able to just soak it all up, no problem. So she's going to wind up, he wants her to actually funnel towards the north. So ultimately what he's going to wind up using his queen for, there was 2 point defenses in the northwest, 1 in the north, and then 2 in the northeast. And so them point defenses are a bit challenging to get to in any go Valho attack because they're really small apartments that are ultimately on the perimeter of the base. How are you going to 3-star them? So he is able to manage to get his queen walk to go all the way around there, not go towards the west of the base at all. And he's going to be able to pull this off in a way that I highly doubt I could. So his queen is taking out 3-point defenses. He goes and draws the CC. Now the CC is coming over to the queen, and there's not really any damage being put on her, so she is good. And then right over here, so she's just going to be able to suck up that dragon. I think he's going to use the ability. No, he won't even need the ability right there. All right, and then he's fixing to start his kill squad in over from the east. So sends in the Gaul, and then he's just going to drop 2 wizards on both sides just to set that funnel pretty quick. Send the wall breakers in. He times it well against the mortar to make sure that none of them go down. All right, and as you can see, again, 2 buildings were left alive, and that's just going to help the Valk to push into the core of the base, give his all of his tanking troops just a little more time to get out in front, because the Valk have a tendency to rush it a little bit. So he drops a jump and a rage spell. He could have gotten away with either just a rage or just the jump. He winds up using both. I mean, that's completely fine. That's just being nitpicky. So right over here, so his Valk kind of split up a little bit, and this is why I was saying he might have been better off to use a jump, and I mean his rage then jump. His Valk were able to break through the wall right when they needed to, and they triggered the double giant bomb right before the Hogs get there. It was completely perfect timing-wise, and it winds up helping him get the 3-star dramatically. All that's left is a wizard tower. He still has a few Hogs left alive, a few less now, but thanks to that spring trap, and now it's just cleanup. And all that's left is 11% of the base. It was a really solid attack, and ultimately just was a great way for us to cap off this clan war, which is war win number 16. So we're going strong as a clan. I mean, hopefully we can keep this up on our trek to 144 war wins. That's our goal, and hopefully we can pull it off, guys. So if you've enjoyed this video, please feel free to like and subscribe it. The more subscriptions I get, it's just more motivation for me to keep doing content. It lets me know that people are enjoying what I'm doing. And also, guys, just, take everything I say, use it however you want, and keep on clashing, okay?